Welcome to our fourth video in our series of Cultivate tutorials presenting the Marketplace feature functionality. At this stage, we've already gone through all the tutorials related to cooling users' usage of the Marketplace feature, and now we're going to walk through a company's perspective of the Marketplace features and functionalities. To get started, we'll sign in as a registered employee account to see how information regarding the Marketplace is managed from this perspective. Once we are able to log in, we'll be able to navigate into our account. And right off the bat, what you'll be able to see is that the Marketplace feature is made available on the third tab on the right as well, just as it was with the cooling user account. If we click here into the Marketplace, what you'll see is that the Marketplace setup is identical. You'll be able to scroll through. You'll be able to see the different units that have items available for sale. You'll be able to use the same filtering and the same summary of my orders and my sales. What I'd like to walk through first is taking a look at how these settings are managed for the Marketplace. First, if we go into account details, what you'll be able to see, similarly to the aspect of the cooling user settings, is you can see seller settings. What is important to note here is that as a registered employee account, you will see seller settings included in both account details as well as in management. What you'll see the main differences is the word company here in brackets. This is a good time to introduce that as part of the Marketplace functionality, employees and registered employees or operators of cooling companies can interact with the Marketplace both as an employee of a company as well as an individual. This functionality is introduced so that employees can manage the transactions and sales and purchases on behalf of the company that they're working for. But if at some point they're also interested in personally purchasing or selling produce for themselves, they're also able to manage that through the account. So first, when we take a look at these settings through the account details perspective, they are the same three options as listed for the cooling user. We have payout options, discount coupons, and contact sharing. Here, just like as a cooling user account, you would enter your information and this will be linked to your own personal purchases and sales. However, as a registered employee also manages cooling units, then you will also be able to see that information from the perspective of the company. Here, the payout options should rather be filled in from the company's bank account, as well as the relevant coupons and delivery contacts that should be established for the company. Here is where we manage the details of the delivery contacts, where we insert their name, contact information, and so on for all the delivery contacts that as an organization you will be working with. Now, if we navigate as well to an operator account, we'll see very similar settings as well. As it's known, the operator account is slightly different to that of the registered employee account, where they are primarily responsible with managing day-to-day check-ins and checkouts of items in the cooling unit. So with that being said, you'll be able to see that there are slightly different features involved with the Marketplace from the operator's perspective. So starting off, we'll go into the same account details where a operator is also able to set up their seller settings just as the registered employee. What you'll see is that from a management perspective, the operator does not have access to the same functionalities as the registered employee. However, when an operator is managing check-ins and checkouts of a room, they're able to edit these settings to assist cooling users to set crates for sale, just as the cooling user is able to do for themselves. Here, you can apply to all, list for sale, and set a selling price for any item in the storage unit. Now, you can also set up this information during the time of check-in. Say we have a cooling user that comes into the room and they would like to check in African Star Apple. Now, maybe they're bringing in 4 crates. Here, at the time of check-in, you're also able to set either listing individual crates for sale or setting all of these crates for sale and listing their selling price here as well. Then you can complete the check-in as standard, as usual, save these changes, and confirm this check-in process. Now, the next thing I'd like to introduce from the operator perspective is seeing how sales can be made either from the perspective of the user or the company. So if we add some of these beans into our shopping cart, maybe we're interested in buying 5 kilograms and we'd like to go straight away and purchase these. Now, if you are interested in making this purchase on behalf of the company, so the company would like to purchase these beans from a Kooling user and store them in the room, then you can change cart ownership here to the name of the company. And a pop-up will appear that says you're changing your cart ownership to the company name, and that might change some of the settings involved. You can click continue here, and at any time you can also change that cart ownership back to yourself. So here our operator's name is Toja Groshankar. We can change those settings so that the ownership is sent back to the operator themselves. So you can manage the cart ownership both from there in the shopping cart, or as you step forward into the process, you can also change ownership before confirming your payment. Now, the last thing that I'd like to present is when we navigate to the History tab. Just as we saw with the Kooling user account type, you can view a summary of all of the check-ins and checkouts from your Kooling unit, and that will involve the marketplace transactions that take place. Here you can see the movement details of who checked out and who checked in produce associated to this marketplace movement, as well as seeing a more detailed view by clicking See Details. Now, with this being said, this concludes all of the features that we've navigated through the marketplace, both on behalf of the Kooling user accounts, as well as on account of the registered employees and operators of a room. I encourage everyone to check out the marketplace feature, download the app, set up your account, and navigate through being able to virtually engage with our marketplace. Best of luck, and thank you so much.